What's happening with these lockdowns? They have been severe, this zero COVID policy. You would have thought it bought them time, that they could have maybe addressed the situation better. I'm not sure it's been put to the best use.
Well, I think you're right. There's a lot of criticism of the way in which this has been handled within China itself. The level of vaccine rollout, particularly among older Chinese. And secondly, of course, the effectiveness of the locally produced vaccine. And so far, China's refusal to distribute mRNA vaccines, which have been provided to them by the United States. So on the scale of what we're now seeing, Becky, I think the reports that I see indicate that you've got some 22 cities across the country now with varying stages of lockdown, including 13 of China's largest cities. So you're starting to look at about 200 million people affected. So that's getting up towards about 20% of the Chinese economy. And I think this is going to continue to expand. The most recent reports are of impending lockdown in Guangzhou, in the south of the country, after Shanghai, one of China's largest cities.
I mean, have the authorities lost control at this point, and especially the pushback they're getting from their citizens with these lockdowns and these extreme measures that are being taken, people starving in their apartments?
There's been a lot of criticism of the way in which the government and the Chinese Communist Party have handled this. For example, in Shanghai, when you start to see banners appearing across the street from the local party committees warning residents not to spread rumours or to go onto the internet about problems arising from the pandemic, you know that the local party apparatus is deeply concerned. For the future, there are two things for us to bear in mind, however. One is, so far, the actual impact in terms of deaths or people seriously impacted by this outbreak of the pandemic has been relatively low. Mm-hmm. The real impact is the extreme measures in terms of lockdown on the economy. Mm-hmm. And you see economists around the world now revising down their growth projections, not just for this quarter, but for China's annual growth projection, which before this stood at 5% growth.
What does that mean for the rest of the world? China sneezes and the rest of the world may get a cold too. We've watched what it's meant for oil prices. It's brought things down pretty substantially.
I think the impact of what's happening in China will be an overall economic slowdown, at least for the quarter ahead, as this works its way through across China's major cities. And the regime's current policy is one of rolling series of lockdowns, which of course means that economic activity grinds to a halt across various slabs of the Chinese economy. Aggregate growth will therefore be down. The major forecasters now have revised growth down to about 4% for the year. But then when you look at the particular roll-on effects for the rest of the global economy, what people have a razor-sharp lens on is the further impact on global supply chains of interruption in Chinese manufacture, and the further impact which that has in turn on global inflation rates, which, as you know, is already affecting interest rates here in the United States.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.